हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानुश्चिन्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्री शंकराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। We can start.
Yes, Mahodaya. Kashmira Bhagini, please.
Yes, sir. ब्राह्मणक्षत्रियविशां शूद्राणां च परन्तप कर्मणि प्रविभक्तानि स्वभावप्रभवैर्गुणैः.
Good.
Sharad Chavan, Mahodaya.
शमोदमस्तपं शौचं शान्तिराजैर्ममेव च ज्ञानं विज्ञानमास्तिक्यं ब्रह्म कर्म स्वभावजम्.
Okay, this Shamo Damas Tapas Shaucham.
शमो दमस्तपो शौचं. Shamo, you want me to say it again?
Yeah, I'll do one. I'll first tell you, please follow it and then repeat.
Okay, sir.
Shamo damas tapas shaucham kshantirajavameva cha.
Shamo damastapan shaucham kshantirajavameva cha.
Again, you said tapan, it is tapas shaucham. It's okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, next.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
Yeah, same shloka, please. Shamo damas tapas shaucham.
Yes, sir. Shamodamastapashaucham Shantirajavamev cha Jnanau Vijnanamastikyam Brahma Karma Swabhavajam.
Good. Yeah, good.
Gurumurti Mahodaya, please. Gurumurti Mahodaya, please.
1 second. Shauryam tejo tridisdaksham yat yuddhe chapya palayanam dhanam ishvara bhavascha shatram karma subhavajam.
Kshatram karma subhavavajam.
Shatram.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Srimati Bhagini, please.
Namaste, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
Krishi Gaurakshaya Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Swabhavajam.
Good.
Thank you.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bhagini.
Namaste, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिर्लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु.
Good.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
नमस्ते महोदय। यतः प्रवृत्तिर्भूतानां येन सर्वमिदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तमभ्यर्च्य siddhim va vindati ma. Sorry. Swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha.
Siddhim Vindati Manava is correct. Siddhiu Vindati Manava also is correct. Manava also is correct. Okay. You can either
Thank
put
you, sir.
Siddhim Vindati, and if you want Anuswara rule also, Siddhiu Vindati Manava. Otherwise, both are
Thank
right. Yeah. So we'll go
Thank
to
you,
the
sir.
shloka for today.
वीणा पाणिश्री भगिनी
Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः
Paradharmat Swanushtitat
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्
Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushtitat
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी
Swabhavaniyatam karma
स्वभावनियतं कर्म स्वभावनियतं कर्म
Kurvannapnoti kilbisham
कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
Swabhavaniyatam karma Kurvannapnoti kilbisham
स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्.
Good. Next.
के ललिता भगिनी
Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushtitat Swabhavaniyatam karma Kurvannapnoti kilvisham.
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्.
Good. Next.
राजलक्ष्मी भगिनी
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्.
Good. Next.
कृष्णा पवानी भगिनी
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्.
Good. So, as you all know, the chapter 18 is only summing up everything, whatever has been taught between the second chapter to the 17th chapter. And Bhagavan, from the sloka 41 to 49, he is summarizing the slokas of Karma Yoga. So summarizing the topic on Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga, he has covered in multiple topics. So in fact, if we have to really understand these things, maybe I should have taken reference to many of those slokas and then discuss. But because we are running short of time, I thought I'll straight away talk, and knowing fully well that you all understood Karma Yoga very well when we discussed in the third chapter and other chapters. Now, Bhagavan, continuing with the Karma Yoga, the summary of Karma Yoga, Bhagavan said that Shreyan Swadharmaha Vigunaha. Even if the Swadharma, the Dharma which anybody belongs to, or the Dharma or the kind of karma which is very close to the heart, there are two things. One is that somebody may follow the ancestral profession, that is also okay. The other thing is that Swabhava karma. So there is a possibility that there's going to be inherent trend which may be slightly different than that of the hereditary thing. whatever it may be, what is coming out of heart, either because of hereditary or because of your own svabhava, that karma, even though vigunaha, even though it might be having some kinds of defect in that, still it is better than paradharmas konushtita. It is better to do that kind of a thing than doing something else, some other karma. So what is coming naturally to you because of your hereditary lineage or because of your own nature, you try to only do that. And continuously, there will always be some kind of a dosha in that. It is not that there is anything that you do is going to be 100% perfect. And you continuously work on that. You try to ensure that you are going to be absolutely perfect over a period of time. So continuously bring in innovation so that you are going to be attached to that. So he says that Vigunaha, though defective, following the Swadharma is Shreyan, is much better than Paradharma Anushtita, than following the Dharma of somebody else. Here also he is indicating indirectly to Arjuna at this point in time. Arjuna wanted to go for sannyasa, right? And Bhagavan's entire discussion about Gita, the kind of advice that Bhagavan has been giving in Gita is to tell Arjuna that what is life, what is karma yoga, what is jnana yoga, what are the purusharthas, so dharmartha kama moksha, so what is atma, what is jnanam, what is God, everything he has explained. And then he is also now telling him it is essential that you have got to follow your swadharma. You cannot now take sannyasa. He also wanted you to know by this subtle message, he is telling that it is better to follow his own dharma, though defective, than doing something else, which means that Arjuna, your swadharma is to fight the battle. Okay. And as I told you the other day, something is called Samanya Dharmam and something is called Visesha Dharmam. In Samanya Dharmam, which is a common dharma, we say that Ahimsa is Paramo Dharma. You cannot do any Ahimsa to anybody. But for a Raja, Visesha Dharma says that if he has got to kill people in a war to protect Dharma and also protect his people, that is not going to get any kind of papa. So for Arjuna, the Dharma is for him to fight in the war. So he says that it is always better to take up the profession that is coming as a responsibility or that is going to swabhava, whatever is going to come. Second line also he says, swabhava niyatam karma, whatever is coming out of your own nature, kurvan, if you are doing that, na apnoti kilbisham, you will not be getting any kind of papa out of that. So he says that do not always think that the other side of the river is green. Okay, when you start getting to the other side, only you feel that this was better. There are a lot of people whom you would have come across in life. They used to jump jobs every 4 years. They'll jump the job and then they'll go. Before going to the job, they'll have a lot of fanciful thought about the job. But once they switch, they feel that they are missing a lot of things which was a part of their earlier job. So it is all everything is the other side is always a greener pasture. So Bhagavan says that please ensure that you are going to follow what is hereditary one or what is going to be your svabhava. So Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Sanushkitat Svabhava Niyatam Karma Kurvan Na Apnoti Kilbisham. You will not get any kind of papa because of that. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
Sahajam Karma Kaunteya
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय
Sadoshamapi Natyajet
सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सदोषमपि न त्यजेत्
Sahajam Karma Kaunteya Sadoshamapi Natyajet
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत्.
Good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi, please.
Sarvarambha hi doshena
सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण
धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri, please.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
Namaste, sir.
नमस्ते
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
आवृताः गुड नेक्स्ट
Mrinalini Gopalan Bagini.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः.
गुड नेक्स्ट वन मोर पर्सन
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निर्वावृताः
धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः
धूमेनाग्निर्वावृताः
Dhumena means in smoke, Agni is fire, Iva means light. Dhumena Agni Iva Avrutaha. Dhumenagni Rivavrutaha.
धूमेनाग्निर्वृताः.
Okay. Next, one more person, please.
Sharada Rajan Bagini.
सहजं
Sharada Rajan Bagini. Sheila Shinde Bagini.
सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः.
Good. So now what Bhagavan says in this is Sarvarambahi doshena dhumena agni iva avrutaha. So anything, any kind of action that you do will always have some dosha, defect. Nothing is perfect in this world. No action is perfect. So Sarvarambahi doshena, everything is going to have some defect. Whatever work you do, nothing can be 100% perfect. Like what? Dhumena agni iva avrutaha. Like the smoke, what does smoke do? Smoke is capable of surrounding the fire. Smoke is capable of veiling the fire. So dhumena agni iva avritaha. Like the way a smoke is going to always cover the pure fire, smoke is going to cloud them. Any kind of work that you will always have some kind of a defect. It is not possible for anybody to do a 100% perfect job. Hence, sahajam karma kaunteya. Because of that, do not try to make yourself to be 100% perfect. You do what is supposed to be done by you, which is close to your heart, which is close to your varna ashramam, which is also the swabhava that comes out naturally in you. Please ensure that you do only those kind of a thing. Sadoshamapi, even though it might be having any kind of a defect, natyajet sahajam karma. You should not give up your responsibilities coming out of your varnashrama or coming that is close to your heart. So what Bhagavan is telling is that at the end of the day, they're talking about Karma Yoga. What does Karma Yoga's ultimate message to all of us? Ultimate message to all of us is that any karma that we do has got to be a selfless karma. right? That is what is called it is not a sakama karma, it is nishkama karma. We have to know if we are going to be in the purushartha of moksha, we have to use karma yoga as a mean for cleansing up your mind. So that is extremely clear. If you are going to be doing sakama karma, no problem. Dharma, artha, kama, if you are going to be focusing on life, sakama karma, there's nothing wrong in that. You can be selfish in terms of what you are doing. You can earn money, you can build everything that you want, you can build wealth, you can build security, it's all fine. But when you feel that when you are decided that I want to pursue the purushartha of moksha, then karma yoga becomes a mean for you to purify your mind. That is to be very clearly understood. So karma yoga, what Bhagavan says in the case of Bhagavad Gita and all Upanishads is that it is a kind of a process by which you cleanse up your mind. So when you are going to cleanse up your mind, then the karma becomes nishkama karma, one. And karma becomes that whatever situation warrants, I am going to respond to the situation appropriately within the dharma. That is the second thing. Whatever karma I am doing is Ishwararpana. Whatever karma I am doing, Ishvara is a paladata and palam kamshati na karma kurvan. I will not do any karma just looking at the result, but I'll only do it from the perspective of doing for a situation as it warrants. So that is the ultimate objective of karma yoga. And then what happens? Ishvararpana buddhi of every karma and prasada buddhi for every palam that you get. So you are not going to get distracted with these kinds of karma. So Bhagavan says that what is coming naturally to you, you will enjoy it. So Sachin Tendulkar, if you ask him to become a kind of a railway general manager, he will get frustrated. His swabhavam will be only to play cricket. So he'll enjoy that. He will, night 11 o'clock in the IPL match, he is capable of enjoying himself, talking to people, talking about analysis, etc. So that is a swabhava. Anything that is swabhava, person is going to enjoy. Anything that you enjoy, then your mind is not stressed. When the mind is very, very cool, then the mind is relaxed, that kind of mind is going to become a pure mind. Okay. So he says, Swabhav sahajam karma kaunteya sadoshamapi natyaje. Please do not give up that kind of sahajam karma. Okay. Because everything that you do will have a defect. So Bhagavan is now trying to tell him that Arjuna, please don't run away. Your karma is now to fight the war. At the same time, he is giving message to all of us who are in the process of understanding the purushartha of moksha for us to liberate ourselves from the samsara sagara. That is from janma karma, we are all looking at how to come out of it. So for us also, he says that you have to be karma yoga person. Nishkarmya karmam, you have to be nishkava karma, you have to focus on, not sakava karma. So from that perspective, he says that do what is suiting to you perfectly. Don't worry about whether there's any dosha here and there. Your intention is not to create dosha. Your intention is not to not to add water in the milk and serve. No, that is not intention. Intention is pure intention of doing. In that, if some defects come up, there's nothing is wrong in there. That is the message Bhagavan is giving in this. So now he's trying to summarize the entire karma yoga. Okay. Next sloka, please.
Gurumurti Mahodaya, please.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Asakta buddhi sarvatra.
Jitatma vikata spruhaha.
Jitatma vigata spruhaha. Jitatma vigata spruhaha.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Jitatma vikata spruhaha.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Jitatma vigata spruhaha. Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Jitatma vigata spruhaha.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
Naishkarmya siddhim paramam.
नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमाम् नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमाम्
Sanyasenadhigacchati.
सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति
Naishkarmya siddhim paramam. Sanyasenadhigacchati.
नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमाम् सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति नैष्कर्म्यसिद्धिं परमां सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Veena Pani Shri Bhagini.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vikata spruha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sannyasenadi gacchati.
असक्त बुद्धिः सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगतस्पृहः नैष्कर्म्यसिद्धिं परमां सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
असक्तबुद्धिः सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगतस्पृहः नैष्कर्म्यसिद्धिं परमान् सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
असक्त बुद्धिः सर्वत्र जिदात्मा विगत स्पृहः नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमां सन्न्यासेनाधिगच्छति.
Good.
Dr.
So,
Sri Lakshmi.
yeah, now what Bhagavan is doing is that he's trying to complete the Karma Yoga portion of it. So, what is the ultimate thing that Karma Yoga is going to give anybody is summarizing only in this. Karma Yoga, as we all know, is not going to provide with moksha. Karma Yoga is only a mean. That is one thing. One. Secondly, Karma Yoga is not going to provide knowledge. Karma Yoga is only going to be preparation for knowledge, for getting knowledge. So these are the two important things. One, we have to understand. And then what we also have to understand is that any external factor, if we say is a source of happiness, we may have to have a relook into that. Because if you say that money is an external factor to us, if money is an external factor and money is going to be a source of happiness, then everybody having money should be happy, or every rich man in the world should be happy. So if you analyze it yourself, that is not a fact. Because there are plenty of rich men who are not happy, and there are plenty of poor people who are extremely happy also. So you cannot say that money is going to be the source of happiness. So we have to understand that. Then some people say relationship is also the most important thing. Relationship provides happiness. A very, very crude example I'm giving you. If somebody says that a person having married is going to be extremely happy. If a person is going to be married, he's going to be happy. So that means that everybody who is married should be happy. But ultimately, we all know that there is the situation in the United States is 40% of the people are not able to live after 4 or 5 years of getting married. So everybody having wife is happy. If that is going to be a statement, everybody having a spouse is going to be happy is a statement which cannot really hold water, because in India also situations are changing in such a way that relationships is not able to provide happiness. Relationship with spouses are becoming strained. Relationship with parents are getting strained. Relationship with children are getting strained. Forget about the second level, third level relationship, which has now suffered in the last 30, 40 years. So when you look at it from that perspective, there is going to be emotional factors like relationship, we cannot take it for granted. It is not always going to provide us happiness. If you look at it from the wealth perspective, it need not be providing happiness also. So one starts understanding that the happiness is not there in the external world of things. We have dealt up about this topic extensively in the case of Karma Yoga discussion. So the causes of happiness and the causes for sorrow is not external. The causes of happiness and the causes of sorrow are both internal to the individual. So external factors, if somebody believes is going to be the source for happiness, then they are mistaken. The external factor is the source for sorrow, they are mistaken. They have to understand that the sorrow as well as happiness is all innate, and it is nothing to do with the external things. And it is only, unfortunately, the person does not have a proper understanding. And so they are thinking that if I have a good job, I am going to be happy. If I purchase a BMW, I am going to be happy. If my son goes so and so place, I am going to be happy. If I get married to so and so person, I am going to be happy. It's all a kind of fictitious thing that we work on, and we find that those things are not going to be lasting things. So then what is required? We need to do a Vedanta Vichara. So Vedanta Vichara means that we need to start understanding what is the source of happiness, what is the source of sorrow, who am I, what is the nature of me, what is the nature of the entire world, Jagat is what, Jivatma is what, Paramatma is what, Jagat is what. So I need to understand all those kinds of things. Then that is the one that you have to start going outside with the external world of objects with which we pursue with the Karma Yoga. We now have to start preparing ourselves to go inside. So Karma Yoga is the first step for making people to move from outside to inside. So now what happens with the Karma Yoga, all these things that we have talked about and what Bhagavan has talked about in this 41 to 49 sloka is Asakta Buddhihi. One of the first thing that happens is Buddhi, the intellect. He is not using mind, the Buddhi. That means that the person has become intelligent enough that he becomes Asakta. He has got some level of detachment. Asakta Buddhihi Sarvatra. Across everything, not necessarily the wealth or property or anything, including relationship, including emotions. Asakta Buddhihi. That is detachment towards everything outside. Jitatma, the one who is able to have an absolute control over himself. Over himself means that he is the boss of the body. That is, mind is the boss of the body. Buddhi is something, rational mind is Buddhi. This person is the person who is able to have a control on Buddhi, mind, and then thereby the body and senses also. Jitatma, the one who has got absolute mastery, self-mastery. Vigata Spruha, who does not have any more desire. You have to understand these two words very, very clearly. One is Asakta, is detachment towards things. Vigata Spruha is devoid of possession. So what is that we are, if you look at our entire life, if you look at every one of us as a personality, we have got attachment to what we have. Okay, Saktaha means attachment. Saktaha means whatever we have, we got attachment. Okay, so I do not want to give up this. I will not give my car to anybody for taking it because I will not go. This car is so dear to me, so that person can take auto or go. I will not give my car. So we are so much attached to every one of these things. Even some people are very fishy about giving their pen. They say, oh, this pen, I'll only use it because this nib, they do not know how to use it. Even small things also we are possessive. So whatever we have got attachment to that. And we have a desire for that we do not have. Supposing I don't have something, then the desire comes in me to have that one also. So spruha means possession. Because spruha means I don't have any more possessions. That means that this person who has been tempered with this karma yoga entire thing, karma yoga has learned properly and is understood the purpose of karma yoga, understood the need for Vedanta, Vichara, etc. Then he does both the things. Asakta for whatever he is having, detachment towards whatever he has got, and because of spruha, no more desire for new things. Then everything is over, no? Because everything, if you look at the world of our expectations, one is attachment to what we have, other one is desires of what we want to have. So both of them are removed for this particular person. So asakta buddhihi, vivekata spruha. So for sarvatra, for everything, then this person is what? Jitatma. He has got absolute mastery because he knows the purpose of what is the life, what is the purpose of life. Then what happens to him? Does he have to do anything? He may be doing things like Janaka, who was the king of Mithila, he was doing things, but he will be doing it because situation warrants. So he is a person who is absolutely actionless as far as attachments and possessions. He doesn't want to possess anything new, nor is attached to anything that he is having. So he is engaged in action, but still he is not driven by possessions or attachment. Then he comes to a situation of actionless, Naishkarmya Siddhim. Paramam Sanyasam, that is, he is able to get to the Naishkarmya Siddhi, means he becomes actionless. Actionless in the sense that there's no action which is going to drive him for attachments or possessions. No. So he is able to, with the Karma Yoga which has been followed over a period of time, Naishkarmya Siddhim, Paramam, Supreme Naishkarmya Siddhim is there. And then what happens? He doesn't have Asakta, Vigata Spruha. Then when he has got no desire for external things, then what happens? He becomes almost like a sannyasi. Sannyasena adhigacchati. Then he comes to a situation of renunciation. Because renunciation is what? Attachments and desires for new things. Both of these things are gone because of the appropriate, rightful way of doing karma yoga. So he becomes sannyasena adhigacchati. This person becomes a renunciate. Renunciate means does not mean that he has got to go to Himalaya and then sit over there, or he has to go into some place and wear a robe and all. No, not at all. The person is capable of living in samsara, but his attitude towards everything is absolutely different. That he is not going to be attachments and other things are not going to distract him, be it people, be it materials, everything. But he's going to get to some level of detachment and vairagya towards the rest of the thing. Bhagavan says that by doing karma yoga, you come to this level. So he is only telling that you come to a kind of situation where you are capable, your mind has been fully prepared only for Vedanta Vichara. What is Vedanta Vichara? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. So the entire Karma Yoga is just going to prepare a person for Vedanta Vichara. So Vedanta Vichara means Savana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, and that is your mind is now fit for Jnana Yoga. That is what Bhagavan says. So Bhagavan has now summarized the entire thing of Karma Yoga, and he says that by doing this, this is what you are going to get. It is not that you are going to get moksha. It is not that you are going to get jnana, but you come to such a situation in your mind, preparation of the mind, so that you will be now capable of getting into jnana yoga. So you see how beautifully Bhagavan is summarizing all the things in the 17 chapters that we have studied. No, is summarizing it. So now this is what will happen as the end point for karma yoga. Okay, next.
Lalita K. Bhagini.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. Siddhim prapto yatha brahma.
Tathapnoti nibodha me.
Tathapnoti nibodha me. Tathapnoti nibodha me.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. Tathapnoti nibodha me.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. Tathapnoti nibodha me. Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. Tathapnoti nibodha me.
Good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi, please.
Samasenaiva kaunteya.
समासेनैव कौन्तेय समासेनैव कौन्तेय
Nishta jnanasya ya para.
निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा
Samasenaiva kaunteya. Nishta jnanasya ya para.
समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. Tathapnoti nibodha me. Samasenaiva kaunteya. Nishta jnanasya ya para.
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा.
Good. Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Full sloka.
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्मा तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा.
Good. One more person.
Srimati Bhagini.
सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा.
Okay. Now, Siddhim Prapta. Siddhim means So let us Karma Yoga Siddhi, wherein you are able to have a wonderful Naishkarmya Siddhim, actionless. That's what we talked in the previous sloka, right? Naishkarmya Siddhim, that's what we come. Actionlessness is possible only with the understanding of Karma Yoga, wherein the mind is prepared. Siddhim Praptaha. Then after having this kind of Karma Yogic mind prepared, then how does Yata, on getting that, then Tata Apnoti Brahmam Nibodhami. Once you are able to get that kind of a mental setup, mental preparation with Karma Yoga, then how are you going to gain Brahman? I'll tell you. Bhagavan says that now you have got the Karma Yoga as you have prepared yourself. Then once you are prepared like that, then how are you going to gain Brahman? Tad Apnoti Brahmam Nibodhami. I'll teach you. Samasena Iva Kaunteya. I'll teach you in brief. He says, I'm not going to spend time in explaining you with 30, 40 slokas, but I'll tell you in brief only, because you have got the responsibility of revising all the chapters I taught you from second chapter, fourth chapter, to 4, 5, 6, 7 chapters, 9th chapter, 14th chapter, all the chapters I told you everything. Now you please go to your book and then revise all those things. Here only I'll tell you Samaseneva. I'll only tell you in a brief. So in fact, if some of you can also take time to go through all those slokas, in some of the slokas which are going to talk about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga in the second chapter, fourth chapter, fifth chapter, sixth chapter, seventh chapter, ninth chapter, and 14th chapter. No, that will lay a lot of great foundation for this sloka. Strictly speaking, I should have taken the time to go through all those 20, 30 odd slokas. But I think I leave it to you, because I'm sure that you will be able to find those slokas and get the meaning, or you know the kind of summary of all those things very well with you. So then, Samaseneva Kaunteya, I'll tell you in brief how a person will be able to get into Jnana Nishta, Jnanasya Nishta Yapara. So how a person will be able to get into that kind of Jnana Nishta or Vedanta Nishta or Nididhyasana Nishta, or you can also solve it as Sita Prajna. We have studied that in the second chapter. You want to be able to get to that kind of a level. So I'll teach you all those things in a very detailed, very brief manner. Samasena means in a summary, I'll provide you with these kinds of teachings. Siddhyam Prapto Yata Brahma Tata Apnoti Nibodhame Samaseneva Kunte Nishta Jnanasya Yapara. So the supreme Jnana Nishta, supreme Siddha Prajna Nishta, how a person will be able to reach and how a person will be able to get into, that is, realize the Brahman. I'll tell you. That's what he says in this sloka. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yuktaha.
Shanti Badri Bhagini. Veena Panishri Bhagini.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः
Dhrutyatmanam niyamya cha.
धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च
Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yuktaha. Dhrutyatmanam niyamya cha.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च.
Good.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Shabdadi Vishayans Tyaktva.
शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा
Ragadvesho Vyudasya cha.
रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च
Shabdadin Vishayans Tyaktva. Ragadvesho Vyudasya cha.
शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च.
Good.
Sharajavan Mahodaya.
Full sloka slowly, please.
बुद्धया विशुद्धया युक्तः युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषो व्युदस्य च.
The first line is not buddhaya, it's buddhya.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Good.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च.
Good. Next.
गुरुमूर्ति महोदय.
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषो व्युदस्य च.
Okay. So, what Bhagavan says, buddhya vishuddhaya, with buddhi, and vishuddhaya means pure, clarity of thought. Yuktaha, a person who has already undergone a very great level of karma yoga and he has prepared his mind, he is able to have a very, what do you call, buddhya, his intellect. What kind of intellect? Vishuddhaya, very pure intellect he has got, endowed with a very, very pure intellect. Vriddhi Atmanam Niyamya cha. What is that? He's got a tremendous amount of willpower. Vriddhi Atmanam Niyamya. Restraining everything from the Atma perspective. He is able to have a Jitatma. We talked about Jitatma earlier. He has got a terrific willpower in terms of controlling his body, mind, senses. Vriddhi Atmanam Niyamya cha. Shaptadin Vishayam Tyaktva. All the kind of external things that you have got, to the sense objects to sense organs. Okay, Shaptadi, that is all the kinds of sense organs. Vishayan, the objects of the sense object, Tyaktva, giving up, Raga, Dvesho, Yudosya cha, and giving up Raga and Dvesha. So he says that when you are already endowed with this kind of a buddhi, what kind of buddhi a person has got? He has got a very clear buddhi, very clean buddhi. The buddhi which has already been able to have tremendous amount of willpower. Yes, I want to have moksha, I want to have Vedantic knowledge, I want to understand that jnana, I got the understanding of jnana. So all those kinds of, there is a terrific amount of personal will that has come with the Atmanam Niyamya. He is able to have an entire control of the personal self. So with all these kinds of things, he is also able to give up Raga, Dvesha, Vyadusya. Now, if you look at that way, Bhagavan is now getting into Jnana Yoga. The Jnana Yoga, the three most important things, the sadhanas are, all of you will be able to remember. One is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. These are the three important things. Okay. Shravana is Vedantic scripture study. Now you have got a wonderful field that you have prepared. Mind is very, very fertile now without any kinds of clutter and bad thoughts and bad vasanas. Mind is clear. Then the knowledge can flow in. So you have Shravanam. You start reading scriptures, Vedantic scriptures. Last 10 months, we all have been reading Bhagavad Gita. And then we have been able to understand a lot of things in terms of Ishvara Swarupam, Jiva Swarupam, Jagat Swarupam, and the limitations in terms of moksham, bandha limitation. And then what is moksham and what is the kind of sadhana one we need to do. Like we have done a lot of things in the process of all these things. So all these things are able to get into the mind because the mind is prepared very well. If you are going to just suddenly go and get somebody and then tell him, I'm going to teach you Bhagavad Gita, he will not be able to understand head or tails. Okay, because he is not prepared. But now, if you go through this process and we are very devoted and sincere to it, because Dhiti Atmanam Niyamya, we are able to have a very good willpower and we are able to also control everything. Then what happens? We are very fertile in terms of our capabilities. So Shravanam takes place. Shravanam means we are able to read the scriptures and then learn from the classes. So study is Shravanam takes place. Then at the end of the class, you all ask a lot of questions, etc. And then Samshaya Nivritti is required. Samshaya Nivritti is through Mananam. After the class, you are having a doubt. then you start posing those kinds of questions, and then those questions are answered. So whatever you have studied, you are able to understand certain things. Certain things were not fitting into your way of understanding. You post those questions. Samshayams were there. Those samshaya were removed with the samshaya nivritti through mananam. So shuddhya vibhuddhya can also be taken as shravana manana. These two things have been done very well by the person, and the person is very clear that he has got to give up ragadvesha, vyadusyacha. You have got to give it up, and then saptadi vishayam tyaktva. He has got a very good understanding that external world of things has got limitation, and that is not going to provide me with the everlasting happiness. That is what is Swarupa. Then Saptadi Vishaya, all the external things which are all related to the sense organs and the world of objects have been given up. Then that means that he is absolutely very good in Shravana and Manana. So Shravana, Manana, Bhagavan has completed in just one sloka. This sloka only is completed Shravana, Manana. Balance 4 slokas is going to talk only about Nididhyasana, because Shravanam, Mananam, everything is all a part of karma. He takes it up as a kind of preliminary thing. And then a person has come to this level of understanding, then what is to be done? Shravanam has been done, Samshayam has been also removed, then he is now fit for getting into Nididhyasanam of Vedantic meditation, Vedantically understanding the entire thing and then getting it to himself, and then try to understand who am I, what is Brahman in me, what is Bhagavan, what is the everything is whatever you studied, he is going to understand the Nididhyasanam by contemplating himself. Because he is very, very clear that external things have got limitation. I have to go inside, and I have got a very clear cultivated mind, and my attitude is towards Karma Yoga is very clear. I am not having anything that needs to be given to me, and I have got no fear. Ananya Chintayanto Mam, he says that Yoga Kshemam Vahamiyam, Bhagavan has already assured me that your yoga, whatever you want in life, prosperity, I will take care of it. And then Kshemam, your security, if you are having any kind of security issues, don't worry, I will take care of it. He's already told Ananya Sintayantoma, Yejana Paryupasate, Tesham, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. You don't have to worry. Just because I am going to be in this area, I don't have to worry that my son has got to be taken care. I have to do that, I have to do that. Don't worry about those things. Bhagavan says that whatever has been bothering you as security, whatever things have been bothering you as your prosperity, I am there to take care of it. Now you have come to this level, you start now understanding everything yourself, the purpose of your life, and then get into Nididhyasanam. So in this particular sloka, Bhagavan has very clearly told that you may have to Sravana Manana is over, and then you have now get into Nididhyasanam. By Sravana Manana, it is assumed that you have been able to have a wonderful control over body-mind complex, and then you are able to ensure that you are able to get rid of all these kinds of desires for external things, and you also come out of the Ragadvesha, your internal emotional issues of likes and dislikes also you have been able to manage very well. So that means that you are a very well prepared person in terms of Shravanam and Mananam. Then what is required? Nididhyasanam. So Bhagavan is going to Nididhyasanam. Next.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bhagini.
Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi.
Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi. Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi.
Yatavakaya Manasaha.
Yatavakaya Manasaha. Yatavakaya Manasaha.
Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi. Yatavakaya Manasaha.
Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi. Yatavakaya Manasaha. Vivikta Sevi Lagvashi. Yatavakaya Manasaha.
Good. Next.
Usha Srinivasan.
Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam.
Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam.
Vairagyam Samupashritah.
Vairagyam Samupashritah. Vairagyam Samupashritah.
Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. Vairagyam Samupashritah.
Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. Vairagyam Samupashritah. ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
Good. Next.
Lalita K. Bhagini.
विविक्तसेवी लद्वाशी यतवाक्काय मानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वासी यतवाक्काय मानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi B.V. Bhagini.
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी यतवाक्काय मानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
Very good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini. Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी यतवाक्काय मानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः.
Good.
Srimati Bhagini.
What Bhagavan now says is that now you got Shravana Maranam, you are done. So you got a very good understanding of the knowledge that you need to have. And then you also have cleared all your doubts by Maranam. Now at this particular point, what is the next? He says, Vivikta Sevi Ladvashi, Vivikta Sevi, get you to a secluded place. He says, we have studied that in the case of 6th chapter also. I'm just trying to look out for those shlokas. Chucho deshe pratishtapya sthiramasanamaatmanah natyuchitam natinicham shailajina kushottaram tatrekakam manakritva yatachittendriya kriyah उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमाप्त विशुद्धये समं काय शिरोग्रीवं धारयन् अचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाकृंसं द्विषच्चानवलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतकृत् ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्त युक्तासित मत्परः. So he has talked about all these things. So Vivikta Sheva, even in the case of Amanitvam, Adambitvam, in the 30th chapter also he says, Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam, Arathir Jana Samsati. He told that one should cultivate the habit of being alone. And then one should cultivate the habit of being able to manage himself alone. So now Bhagavan says that if you want to, next step you have to go, you have to cultivate the habit of being alone. And when I was reading the commentary given by Swami Paramahansa, I was amazed. He said that all of us have come to this world alone, and all of us will also go alone. There's going to be a situation that we'll be facing in life where we will be alone. Nobody will be around us. In the ICU, somebody is stuck. The doctor will just come and see and say, okay, see you and go. Whether he's going to see you or we are going to see him again, we don't know. We'll be in the ICU and nobody is going to come. We have to be only alone there. Then in the current time, when the children are all in different locations and the families have become nuclear and everybody is spread all over the world, and sometimes when we all get separated from our own spouses, we become once again alone. So one should know how to manage to live alone. You may be sleeping alone. You may be even in the nights when you're sleeping as a family. Also, there's a possibility that you will not get a sleep. You will be alone that time. So we have to ensure that we are not going to get disturbed. We are able to have a fantastic control on ourselves because we have come alone, we will be going alone. And Bhagavan says that Vivikta Sevi Ladvashi. You have now understood this jnana and you know the purpose of this, you know the purpose of your life. So you now start preparing at this point in time itself. You try to be alone. Try to get yourself disconnected from everything. Don't take your mobile phone with you because you may be sitting in a room alone, but you will be able to get connected all over the world through WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram. No mobile, nothing. You be alone without any external noise. That is what is the essence of Vedanta, where one has got to cultivate the habit of staying alone. And staying alone, what? Vedanta Vichara. Shravana Maranam is over. Now we get into Vedanta Vichara to understand who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Where I am? What is jnana? What is that I need to further understand? Don't think that we are the ones who are going to be the ones who will be savior for everybody. Unfortunately, it is not the case. Everybody has come with a prarabdha. Everybody has got their own life. And Bhagavan has also told Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. I am going to take care of everything. So don't ever have this misapprehension or misbelief that I am the one who is holding everything. I am the one responsible. I am the one doing this. If I am not there, that is not going to happen. If I am not there, the house will be for nothing like that. You cultivate the habit of sitting for half an hour minimum in a secluded place yourself, and then try to start contemplating. That is Nididhyasanam. We have done a 60 days of meditation only for the purpose of understanding the essence of sitting alone with ourselves and having a Vedanta Vichara. That is important. And second thing is that in the case of Vedanta Vichara, it is also essential to understand that we are not only going to Yata Chittendriya Manakriyaha, you have got to have everything under your control. Now, what has happened is that I do not mistake me when I'm making some statement. Do not mistake me. Just think about it. We have got a habit. For example, initially we do some upasana. We do Lakshmi Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama. And after 1 year, we have mastered Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, and then we will be able to by heart tell it right from Vishnu up to 500 thing. Ananya Chintayantoma, everything will be able to chant in a fantastically. We'll be able to chant. Then what happens is that the mind knows that his mouth knows how to chant it. The mind will again go somewhere else. Then you will be looking at the TV cameras 85, BJP 122, you're seeing that, and then Ananya Chinta, that also will go on. So the mind is not in your control. So what is to be done, even if you're chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, do not keep your cooker on. Think of the cooker, first whistle, second whistle, third whistle. No. If at all you want to do upasana of these kinds of things, ensure that you are cut off from the world and you are going to be in your mind and body and soul in what you do. Doing Sandhya Vandanam also for gents, please ensure that you are going to be involved with your body, mind, soul in the chanting Gayatri Mantra. Otherwise, doing Hare Rama Hare Krishna 16 times is by task. Vishnu Sahasranam completed is by task. But your mind was it there in that, you have to only answer for that. So what is important is that one has got to learn to be secluded for half an hour a day. If a person is able to get secluded for half an hour a day without any kind of thoughts, without everything is going to be fine. Your family is going to be fine. BJP will not lose. Congress will not lose. Everybody is fine, and then the world will go on. That half an hour you cut off yourself from anything and then be with your own self. That is extremely important. And if you are able to do that, only you will know whether you are fit for sannyasa or not. Okay, otherwise people think that sannyasa means wearing white robe. No, sorry, orange robe and going is not a question of that. Whether you can be alone yourself is most important thing. There are people wearing orange robe but not able to be with themselves at all. They'll also be starting to look at all around. So once you cultivate the Nididhyasanam as this kind of a practice, then the half an hour becomes 45 minutes. Then you become into Yoga Nishtha. And Yoga Nishtha means what happens is that you will be able to have a control on FIR, Vedanta FIR. What is Vedanta FIR? It is Vedanta, by Vedanta Vichara, you get into a situation where the world of disturbances that you are having, you'll always have disturbances, but you have a capability of reducing the FIR, reducing the frequency of getting disturbed. I was getting disturbed 25 times a day. I am getting disturbed only 20 times in a day. So frequency of disturbance will come down. Frequency of mental oscillations will come down. Intensity of mental disturbances will come down. FI. And R is the restoration, how fast I am able to get back in normalcy. So all these things are going to be extremely important in terms of dhyana, Nididhyasanam. So what you have studied, you have to really put your mind and body into Tatrekagram Mana Krishna. You have to put everything together and then do it. So my only humble thing is that even if you are doing upasana, put your mind to it and do not get distracted with multiple things. Like something is on, you are keeping your eyes open and then mind is also there, but mouth is in some other place. Those kinds of things will not be helpful in terms of Nididhyasana. So Bhagavan, what he is telling is here is Vivikta Sevi, get into a secluded place without mobile phone, without WhatsApp, without Instagram, without anything, without noise coming from the televisions. If you have got a very good sound suppressing headphone, put that, Vivikta Sevi. Lagvashi means you have to ensure that you are not going to overeat. When you overeat, what they say is that your botheration will be in Madhya Pradesh and not Uttar Pradesh, because your thought process will be in the belly, not in the mind. So he says the lagvashi. Only when the mind, otherwise what happens when you're full of food in the mouth, stomach, you'll go to sleep. So lagvashi, do not overload your stomach. Keep your stomach very, very mean. And Vivikta Sevi, sit in a very secluded place. Yata means control. What? Under your control. Vak, Kaya, Manasaha. Have absolute control and mastery over yourself of what you speak, what your body is doing, and what your thought processes are. Then Jnana Yoga Paraha. Nityam. Always be in this particular state. The frequency of not getting angry, the frequency of getting angry, try to bring it down. Frequency of lot these things, bring it down. Increase the amount of this kind of yoga nishta, jnana yoga parahvityam, vairagyam. Then vairagyam means you have to bring in detachment. So all these things are extremely important. When you take samupajita, when you take all these things, then you're going to continue about the nididhyasanam. So what I'm telling is that one of the most important thing is that you understood the jnana, you understood the knowledge has got assimilated and internalized, and that internalization, Bhagavan has told that Sravanam and Mananam is already taken care by the earlier sloka. Just simply as put, Buddhya Vishuddhaya, he has completed Sravana Mananam. Nididhyasana, he says, is the most important thing, that you are able to be with yourself. And life, you are going to be with yourself in multiple amount of time in the future, and try to practice being yourself and being happy with yourself, because anything and everything that you think is permanent is not permanent. The relationship that you got is only in this life. You got this relationship, husband, wife, children, uncle, aunt, everybody is in the friends, everybody in this life. It is the thing. Next life, what relationship we will have, we do not know. What kinds of body we are going to get, we do not know. Nothing is permanent. Whereas one thing that is permanent is Bhagavan. The Bhagavan of the previous life and Bhagavan is this life is same. The relationship that we need to establish to Nididhyasana is only with that Bhagavan, which is the only thing that is going to be last thing. So for that, Nididhyasana is the most important thing. And Bhagavan is now summarizing in that slowly, and then he's telling that you need to Karma Yoga, then prepare your mind and come to Nididhyasana, which he is going to take 3 more slokas, which we will take in terms of completing Nididhyasana. So with this, we will close for today. श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मा स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वभावनियतं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम् सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमविनत्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः असक्तबुद्धिः सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगतस्पृहः नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमां संन्यासेनाधिगच्छति सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च सप्ताधीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ युधस्य च विविक्तसेवी लद्वाशी यतवाङ्कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाष्टितः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ओम् श्री